Good morning, students. In our last class, we have completed B reading. So after that, will be having C reading. So that C reading I have already teached you in our physical classes. Means it is the lesson A Tale of Three Villages. So I have explained you about that, and I have completed the grammar and vocabulary part of that lesson in our physical class itself. So I taught you the whole thing of C reading in our physical class. I hope you have remembered it, and I think you have written the notes of that lesson also. So today we are moving to the new unit. It is Nation and Diversity. In that A reading is My Childhood. So if you see in your textbook, Nation and Diversity, look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. So what can you see here? People are playing cricket, isn't it? So here are some questions for us. So what does the picture signify? So the picture depicts a street cricket game. In this picture, we can see a Hindu and a Muslim playing cricket together. In India, we can see these kinds of scenes everywhere. We can see people of different religions and communities play together. This is the way how the Indians live and play together. People in India live together, work together, and play together, even though they have many religious and cultural differences. So, this picture signifies the unity in diversity. So, see the second question. Do you experience the theme reflected in the picture in your real life? If not, what may be the possible reason for this? Yes, I usually experience the theme depicted in the above picture. We all see this type of picture in our real life also. There is no difference. Even you people, you have different religious and different community friends, so you all play together, isn't it? So yes, I usually experience the theme depicted in the above picture. At my school, I play with my classmates who belong to different religions and castes. Though we have cultural and religious differences among us, we play together, study together, and eat together. We share our feelings and learn things together. Usually in school, religious harmony and unity are largely encouraged by teachers. In society, the feelings of religious harmony and unity disappear because of narrow mindedness and belief system of some people. So this is what this picture tells us about. Now moving to the lesson. Read the following extract from Wings of Fire, where the former President of India speaks of his childhood. So, by this sentence, what did you understood? This story is written by whom? Yes, it is written by APJ Abdul Kalam. He is our former President of India. So, he has written in his book Wings of Fire. So in that, it is an extract from Wings of Fire, the story. He speaks about his childhood in this story. So my childhood. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram. In the erstwhile Madras state, my father Jainulabdin had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashiamma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. So here the author is telling about his childhood. So what happened? He was born in a middle class Tamil family who Abdul Kalam was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram. Island means a piece of land that is completely surrounded by water. So he was born in a Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram in the erst- in the erstwhile Madras state. Erstwhile means former or last or previous. Now we call it as Chennai, isn't it? So my father Jainulabdin had neither much formal education. Formal means proper or strict education, nor much wealth. So he don't have proper education and he also don't have much wealth. So despite means in spite of. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed means he owned a great innate means natural wisdom and a true generosity means kindness of spirit. So he had an ideal means perfect or most suitable helpmate in my mother. What is the name of his mother? Ashiamma. And what is the name of his father? Jainulabdin. So his mother Ashiamma used to help his father. So I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day. Means she used to give food for other people also, not only the family members, but also she used to feed other people also. But I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. So when they means not only the total family but also most of the outsiders used to eat along with them. It was one of the children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. He lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large pucca house made of limestone and brick on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. My austere austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. So he was telling, it was one of the child. So he is telling he was one of the child. So a short boy with rather undistinguished means ordinary or nothing special looks, born to tall and handsome parents. So he was not much smart nor something special. He's just an ordinary boy born to a tall and handsome parents. So he lived in an ancestral house means inherited or grandparents' house. So which was built in the middle of 19th century. That house was built in the middle of 19th century. It was a fairly large Pakka house means it is made of limestone and brick. So their house is on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. So my austere father means straight or simple and plain. So his strict father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries, and however all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. So his father used to provide food, medicine, clothes, all those things, but which are unnecessary, that things he will not allow. So in fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. So Abdul Kalam say that his childhood was very secured emotionally and materially. The Second World War broke out in 1939 when I was 8 years old. For reasons I have never been about to understand, a sudden demand for tamarind seeds erupted in the market. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to a provision shop on Mosque Street. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. My brother in law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Our area, being isolated, was completely unaffected by the war. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces and something like a state of emergency was declared. The first casualty came in the form of the suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. The newspapers now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhansukhodi. That forced my cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally I filled the slot. Samsuddin helped me earn my first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. So, what happened here? So, the Second World War broke out in which year? In 1939, when he was 8 years old. Means during the Second World War, Abdul Kalam was 8 years old. So, for reasons I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand of tamarind seeds erupted in the market. So you all know tamarind seeds, even you people, some people will be eating them. So what he used to do, he used to collect those seeds and he used to sell them to a provision shop, means to a kiranam shop on the Mosque Street. So a day's collection would fetch him how much? 1 anna. So my brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell me, means his brother-in-law would tell him about the stories about the war, which would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. So their area, being isolated, was completely unaffected by the war. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces and something like a state of emergency was declared. So the first casualty came in the form of the suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. So the first casualty, what was happened? So the suspension of the train suspension means temporary halt was at Rameshwaram station. So the newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanuskodi. So as the train, they have to collect the newspapers, so they'll be throwing the newspapers from the moving train between Rameshwaram and Dhanuskodi. So that forced my cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram. So one of his cousin who used to distribute the newspapers in Rameshwaram, he was forced to collect them. So to looking for a helping hand to catch the bundles. So when they will be throwing, people has to catch, these people has to catch those bundles as to distribute them. So he was forced by one of his cousins, Samsuddin, and he even Abdul Kalam also used to go and help his cousin. So as if naturally I filled the slot. So by when they will be throwing those newspaper bundles from the moving train, these people will be catching and they'll be keeping them aside. So Samsuddin helped me. So his cousin helped him to earn his first wages. So half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride. So surge means a sudden increase of a strong feeling. So when he will be earning for his own, even he also will be having a great support or great feeling that even he can earn by his own. So that feeling of surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. So first time anyone, if you, even you also, if anyone gives any relative come to your house, or when while leaving, if they give you some money, you'll be feeling somewhat prestigious, or you'll be feeling somewhat happy that you have got money. So even if it is in a situation, if you earn by yourself, then how you will be feeling? So that is what Abdul Kalam was feeling, because he was earning by his own, by helping his cousin. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment, and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. I inherited honesty and self-discipline from my father, from my mother. I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. So did my 3 brothers and sisters. I had 3 close friends. So he is telling that every child is born with some inherited, means owned or possessed characteristics. Means you may be having some similar features of your parents or your grandparents. So that is what inherited we call it as. So every child has some inherited characteristics. So into a specific socio-economic environment and emotional environment, and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. So who Abdul Kalam has inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father and his mother, and also he inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. And so his 3 brothers and sisters, or his 3 brothers and sister also has inherited the same. So he also had 3 close friends. So he have 3 brothers and sister and 3 close friends. So who is having? Abdul Kalam is having 3 brothers and sister and 3 close friends. So I think you have understood till here. We'll be continuing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Before that, students try to find the hard words, write them and send me without fail. So we'll be completing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.